absolutely no idea. I don't even know what I barely know what Web 2.0 is. So
Right.
I am not the world's most up-to-date person when it comes to the potential of the internet over the next few years.
Right.
I'll probably rely on people like Ben and Matt actually to
Yeah, sure.
to make the best use of the internet for this cause on my behalf rather than doing it myself. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm becoming old and jaded or anything.
Right. Sure. No, I understand that. But all right. Looking forward to the next 5 or 10 years, what's the big breakthrough that you're most excited about, and you would put in a high probability category?
I think that by 10 years from now, we've got a pretty good chance of getting to a milestone that I've been describing for quite a long time now, a milestone called robust mouse rejuvenation.
Right.
So what that is I basically think that we're going to be able to take mice that are already in middle age before they've done anything at all to them, whether genetic or dietary or pharmacological, and do a whole bunch of things to them all at the same time that, in unison, postpone their decline by a large amount, let's say 2 years.
Right.
So that probably means trebling their remaining lifespan.
Right.
I think that's a really important milestone because it will be sufficiently dramatic and sufficiently close to home, i.e., mice and mammals, that it will be the tipping point in terms of credibility of this whole thing. At that point, no self-respecting biologist who works on aging will be able to stand up in front of a camera and say that the defeat of aging is fantasy.
Right.
They will have to accept that it has been shown beyond all reasonable doubt that it's only a matter of time before regenerative medicine will really work properly against human aging.
Right. So whether or not we reach the longevity threshold that you described in the next 10 years, certainly the field will arrive at a credibility tipping point.
Right. We will certainly not get to longevity escape velocity in 10 years. In fact, something that I think is perhaps not quite obvious about longevity escape velocity is it's harder to reach it for short-lived organisms like mice than it is for long-lived organisms like humans.
Yes.
And therefore, I don't think we'll ever reach longevity escape velocity for mice.
Right.
But we won't need to in order to get this credibility barrier.
Okay. Are you skeptical of all of these different research findings that come out that seem to show miraculous cures for aging in mice, and then they don't seem to work for humans?
Well, it depends what you mean by skeptical. I mean, certainly, whenever any scientist is in a position to get a very large number of journalists to pay attention to what he does, then he tends not to spurn the opportunity because it often turns into new money.
Right.
And I don't resent that. And certainly when I see these reports, obviously I'm aware of the actual primary work that's being done, and I'm aware of what it actually means.
Right.
So it doesn't bother me, personally. And there's a degree of distortion that happens. In other words, certain subfields within the biology of aging are easier to hype than others, and therefore they perhaps end up getting more money than others.
Right.
But even that, it's sort of okay because it's sort of a rising tide floats all boats sort of thing.
Right, exactly.
So I think it's all right.
Are you worried? I guess one last question because I'm sure you got to go. Are you worried about any sort of social backlash against longevity research?
Oh, not at all. I mean, at the moment, there is an enormous social backlash right now, because there's this fear of getting one's hopes up. People make up these crazy, stupid reasons for opposing all of this just because they don't want to think about it, really.
Right. Part of ignorance is perhaps too. Ignorance too. They just don't understand.
Well, it's ignorance, but it's willful ignorance. I mean, it's not as if there's any shortage of exposure in the media over all this stuff, right? So you have to actually go out of your way not to hear it and not to remember it. I think there's less backlash now, but I think the further the technology progresses, the weaker that backlash is going to be. I don't see the backlash ever getting worse.
All right. Hey, cheers.
Cheers to you too.
There you go.